Wow, you have a really organized garage. I wish I could have a garage like that.
Well, you can. You just have to follow the tips from the organized mess expert.
Summer has come to a close. Sad, but true. And it's time to pack up all those summer toys, like the pool toys and the camping gear and any other toys that you use during the summer.
All that seasonal stuff. A
Yes.
lot more.
And so this time of year can be kind of sad, but it's also a happy time because we're looking forward to the holidays and so many other things. So, Kathy, what Casey, what is your favorite time of the year?
Fall, we love the pumpkin patches. I of course love the fall colors. Our maple tree is beautiful in the fall time, and we love that. Bringing out all the fall decor, getting ready for Halloween. We love all the fall things.
Yes. My favorite part of fall is apples. Apples is, in my opinion, way better than pumpkins.
No.
Give me apples anything and I will probably eat it. So so leave a comment down below if you prefer apples or pumpkins. Because apples is where it's at.
Pumpkins.
Apples wins all the time. So I hope we can still be friends.
I think so.
So before the weather turns to bitter cold, let's clean out this garage and get it fresh and ready for the winter. Hi, I'm Emily Steeman, your professional organizer, helping you find the calm in the chaos.
And I'm Casey Leverage, your Chippewa Valley real estate agent.
The first tip I have for you is to zone your garage. Zoning basically just means you're gonna go to your garage and look around and think about where you typically do the things. So, like in my garage, I have a storage area because we have a small apartment and we have to have some extra storage. So that's going to be there in the storage area. We have a spot for tools because we use some tools and we have tools and we need those tools. We have some winter things and just zoning and kind of planning out where everything goes to kind of like have a flow, and so that when you go to organizing, you kind of know. And we'll get to this maybe a little bit later, but as you pull everything out and you look at the things, you can kind of be like, that's not gonna fit in the zone I want it to. And so you either, my personal favorite, declutter so it does fit, or find a different spot for that zone to be.
Yeah, so we have a couple of different zones too in our garage. We have our kids' toy stuff. We have a very large garage, so we kind of got two different things going. A small garage and how you can do it different with a large garage. Either way, you need to zone it. So we got like our garden supply, our paint supply, our camping stuff. All of these are in different zones, like your yard work, your shovels and rakes and all of those things. They're all in different areas of the garage rather than just all mixed together.
Yeah. And even like in my small garage, my zones tend to be like bins. Let's be real. Like
Yeah.
it's all bins on the one shelving unit that we are able to fit in our garage. Those bins are the zones that we have.
Versus in a larger garage, you have a little bit of space where like literally different sections of our garage is for a different zone.
Yes. So after creating zones, you're going to sort the stuff. You're going to pull everything out and kind of sort it by the different zones that you have. So like I said earlier, my zones are kind of like tools and storage, and even smaller zones in storage is like extra baby stuff or clothes or whatever you have. I also have like off-season stuff, so that would be gardening in the winter or winter stuff in the summer, that kind of thing. That kind of has its own space.
Yeah, so then we purge, right?
Right, we purge. That's
purge.
my favorite part.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times when you go to organize something, people just want to organize their junk. And really you need to get rid of that junk so you have everything that you absolutely need and you absolutely love in your space. That you absolutely love because you love everything in it.
Yes. Yeah.
Makes sense, right?
You don't need all the extra stuff. And decluttering it's I don't know, I love bringing stuff to donate. Like it's just like a relief to have all that stuff out of my house because we haven't been using it, right? If you don't use it, you don't need it.
Exactly. That's what we learned last week.
Yes, it is.
So as you are going through stuff and you're deciding what to put away, like all the pool toys or the summer equipment, whatever, you're going to think about the things that you're putting away. Do you really need it? Are you going to use it next year? Did you use it this year? Is it worth saving? Is it like a little bit of bubbles left, or a little bit of chalk left? You probably don't need to save that. You're going to be getting more chalk and more bubbles next year.
Or broken toys is another big thing. Like, I can't count the number of broken toys that people, me too, like we just hang on to because we're just like organizing really quickly. But now's the time to like throw away all the stuff that is broken. Why hold on to it?
The time is now.
It is.
Get rid of it! If you're getting value out of this video, what should they do?
They should hit the like button, subscribe, share with a friend.
Yeah. And kind of going along with zoning your space is planning your space. You're gonna plan your space. Think about what things that you have and what things you're gonna utilize. So in a garage, oftentimes you're using the walls. In the designer world, that would be called wall-itis, but that's a good thing in the garage because you want to park your car in the garage,
Right.
Especially in the winter.
You'll
So-
open the doors so you
Right.
can actually get out of the car.
Right. So we are going to have shelving units, or shelving units can be a little bit pricey. So I've actually found these hooks. They're from the Dollar Tree. Woo! There's 5
Love it.
of them.
Oh my gosh.
And I actually hung these up in our garage. And for our chairs, we have a table that seats 6, and there's only 2 of us. And so I hung these up in the garage because they were on nails and they kept on actually falling over when we bumped into them, which is very dangerous. And so having these are very sturdy. They have held up so well. And so I just wanted to share, Dollar Tree has great hooks. So
Yeah, Dollar Tree is getting really great with all their organization stuff.
yeah, for
Great
sure.
option.
So use your vertical space either with hooks or with shelving unit, but also you can don't just shelve things on the shelf, right? Have a container to put it in. That way you can contain the junk. Hopefully not junk, but thank you.
Hopefully you got rid of that junk.
Sorry. So I really like clear containers in like a shared space, and here's why. Because when you just stuff things in, then you have to like pull everything out to see if this one thing is in this bin. But if you have a clear container, you can kind of see the general idea of what is in there, and hopefully it's not totally random and you've zoned your stuff, and so it's all kind of the same thing together. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes complete
Yes.
sense. Yeah.
Also, I will say though that if you're on a tight budget, maybe that's not a real feasible thing that you can do right now, but being able to like list everything that you have in there, put it clearly on the outside of the bin will really help. And what we did on a tight budget, we were able to switch over all of our containers to being clear. They're like $5-8 at Target. Every couple months I would just get a few more, and now we have clear containers for all of our storage items. So it doesn't really have to break the bank. Just as you're somewhere, get the same container. I like the same container. I'd say make sure you get the same container.
It looks a lot cleaner
Yes.
in your space.
Yes, for sure. So get the same container and just spread it out over a period of time. And then as you add things to it, as you add things to your shelving unit, you can add more zones or add more labels. So
Yeah, so buy extra containers too if the budget allows, so that if you 2 years from now want to add more, you have the same matching
Yes.
containers. So always
don't
have
go
a
out of
couple
stock.
extra. Yeah.
So, and that leads us to the next tip, which is label. Label
Yes.
everything, even
Yes.
if it's a clear container.
Yes.
I have clear containers and I have my zones on them. So one box is for painting, one box is for tools, another box is for sewing equipment or arts and crafts and things like that. So label label your bins, and really, really label them if you don't have clear bins.
And it can be something as simple as printing off like large letters of
Oh,
what's
yeah.
in that bin and taking some tape, like the clear packing tape, and
Oh,
just
yeah.
tape it right over. You don't need any fancy label makers or Cricut or any of the
Nope.
things. You can just print it off and stick it on there.
Yep, exactly. There's also a video that I'll link down below that I did for how to make pretty labels without a Cricut. So check that out down
Yeah.
below if that interests you.
So just another little quick tip for home sellers is that garages are really important. Oftentimes I think real estate agents will say, you know, the garage isn't that important. You can pack up your stuff, move it out to the garage, but you want to do it in an organized fashion, because I cannot count the number of times I've done a home showing. The buyers step out into the garage, it's filled with stuff, there's cars parked in there, and they say, my stuff isn't gonna fit. So it's a huge discouragement. It discourages them from the home because it feels like, again, the space is smaller than what it really is. So you just want to be really careful about making sure your garage is open, because for a lot of home buyers that is incredibly important, because they do different hobbies and they need that space in the garage. Yeah,
All right, now with these tips, you can have the garage of your dreams.
and make your neighbors jealous.
Join us next week as we uncover the closet of your dreams underneath all of that unnecessary clutter.
Yes, yes.
All right, see you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.